So now I'm going to make an aubergine caviar with a tomato coulis. For this, you take some nice aubergines, which you slice in two lengthways, and you place them in the dish. You season them with salt and pepper, and you cover them with tomatoes. And then you detach all of the onions from one another, and lay them out like this. Then you add some thyme, olive oil. There, the dish is ready for the oven, where I'll cook it at thermostat 7 for an hour and 30 minutes. And so now we'll deal with the tomato coulis, which will garnish the aubergine caviar. So we take some tomatoes, and you prepare these. We're going to plunge the tomatoes in boiling water for a minute to remove the skins. Above all, don't let the tomatoes cook, just enough to peel off the skin. If you let them cook too long, they no longer taste the same. Then the tomato has no flavor. So if the tomato has no flavor, at least it won't be l'oiseau's fault. The tomato is important. You need really good tomatoes. They need to be flavorsome, ripe and juicy. Then you puree them in the blender. And we remove the tomato coulis, and we strain it to remove any remaining lumps which I didn't deal with. And this is now strained out, giving us a really perfect smooth coulis. Anything that I've left behind, any little lumps, have been removed. So it's now perfectly smooth. Now we're going to make the tomato coulis explode on the palette. To do this, we need some superb olive oil, because olive oil goes marvelously well with tomatoes. And we add a hint of aggressiveness, using, of course, a hint of vinegar, because when you're cooking, it's the details that make all the difference. It's the hint of vinegar, the touch of lemon juice, the pinch of rock salt, and at the right moment, that's what makes a dish different. Sometimes people say, this is a nice dish, but there's something missing. It's those little details that are missing. A hint of vinegar, a touch of lemon juice, that makes all the difference. Now I try it. I always say you can't cook properly if you don't taste what you're making. How am I to know if there's enough salt or pepper? You've got to taste. I always tell my cooks, always taste what you're making. There, that's perfect. Perfectly seasoned. Once the aubergines have cooked, take a spoon and scoop out the middle. There. And then we add the aubergine skins finely chopped to the aubergine mousse. There, that's just the consistency I want. Of course, there's no cream here at all, just nature itself. And now we move on to the finishings. Here you use a kind of round mold. And now we pour this superb coulis onto the plate, and we top off with some green basil and with some violet basil, like so. And now we have a very attractive first course, aubergine caviar with its coulis of fresh tomatoes.